94 Grand Cherokee. It's been sitting, I hate to break it to you, for like 10 years. But I'm doing a tune-up regardless, so let's just start there.
What do you want me to do?
What?
What do you want me to do?
Pull in the Grand Cherokee.
Okay.
Parts and more parts for the Grand Cherokee.
Gonna make it curve?
Yep, we have tune-up components. We have wires, plugs, cap, rotor. We have new wiper blades because the rubber rotted off. That one we'll deal with later. I got stuff to do, 2 different oil changes because we want to flush it all out. Upper and lower radiator hose, water pump, thermostat, and a trans filter. It's a start because it still runs like crap.
It's so far forward back, it's like...
Oh, it moves now though, it's got power.
Oh, no. Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Oh! That's sick.
Move it forward so you can touch the pedals.
That's overrated, as long as you can hit the gas.
I'm gonna do a tune-up, but as we just realized when my daughter pulled it in, there's actually no rubber left on the blades, so I'm gonna put blades on it so that way we can actually clean the windshield if we're pulling it in and out. But I feel like if we're gonna take and put blades on those, we probably should pull the arms and paint those real quick. You wanna paint them?
Sure.
You have to sand them all down, get them painted? Kind of like you do your dirt bike frames? I'll start doing the tune-up. Eric's removing a bunch of old component wiring from like old, like, I don't know what the hell that crap was. There was like an old cigarette socket thing in there and like...
I didn't know what it was either.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just old electronic crap. It was a screen that was blown out. So Eric's moved a bunch of old wiring. I'm going to get on the tune-up. But let's get these arms off. We know that somebody has been in here in recent times because this is no longer... Oh, that's why. When they changed the valve cover, they didn't modify that. They just kind of left it hanging out there. So we're going to modify that because I think it looks like poop. Do yourself a favor. If you don't do spark plugs and wires every day, back in the day when this thing was relatively new, I used to work on these all the time, but I used to know exactly which wire went where. Take a picture. It's easier for reference. I know which spark plug wire is number 1, so now I just know the routing, so I can put it all back to where it was. So if you look down in there, you actually got a lot of corrosion on those. It'll actually flake right off. You see it just popped right off? Right there it is in my hand. So I doubt that's our culprit, but it's not helping any. Oh, there's the rotor. It's not worn out by any means. More corrosion than anything just from sitting. Like the button ain't worn out or nothing, but we'll put it all new and I'm expecting we're gonna see a crappy spark plug or we're gonna find a bad injector.
How's the sanding coming?
Let's go. You can actually see bare metal now.
You said you can actually see metal?
Yeah.
I didn't buy anything fancy. I don't like coppers. You know why I didn't buy anything fancy?
Why is that?
Because these motors don't give a crap what you put in them. You can get a double platinum E3 coated in fairy dust, farts, and crap. It don't matter. Spy spark plug. That might be our culprit right there.
A pretty wet plug. It's really shiny. Really old.
We had a whole bunch of sooted up, nasty black plugs, but it's probably just from getting started and shut off all the time. Usually it's because it doesn't get up to temperature a lot. This one here is exceptionally wet, so either had bad spark going to it, bad plug, could have a stuck injector, could be something wrong in the motor. It runs too good for me to believe motor. So we're gonna put this in there. There's still a chance we'd have an injector problem. We didn't bother diagnosing, so we were gonna do a tune-up anyways. So let's put some plugs in this thing.
Meanwhile...
All right. Why do I always say like, all right, okay, hey. All right. So when you're gonna put your spark plugs in, dab of anti-seize. You can thread in the old school way of using your hands. You can use a piece of rubber hose. If you happen to have a spark plug installer, it's just a fancy hose, trust me. That's all it is, it's fancy hose. It's fancy hose made by a tool company. Probably made by Lyle. Probably bought off the Mako truck if I had to guess. Did I tell you I got depressed last week?
What did you buy?
I didn't buy anything. The Mako guy retired.
Oh, really?
Yeah, look behind you. That whole entire box is Mako, and damn near everything in it is.
He retired.
Lansing, Michigan needs a new Matco tool guy.
How long has he been coming here?
I've been buying parts from him since I was a damn kid.
Same guy?
Yeah. Yeah, he's awesome. Awesome, dude. Yep.
Tim the tool man.
He deserved it. He worked his whole damn life off. Go retire. He earned every damn bit of it. He was an exceptionally good tool guy. He was the kind of guy you could call him on his cell phone and be like, hey, I have a problem. Here's what I'm working on. And I don't know how to get this off. He's like, there's a tool for that. I'll be right over. Or here's where I'm at. Come get it. When you're a kid learning, that's valuable information. He was a good asset. He was a good asset to our mechanical community. Yep. This air filter, it has crunchies all over it. It's been on there for 10 plus years. It's disgusting. We grabbed a new one. Rusty's still had these in stock. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I don't even know if it's the right size. Hopefully he just knew what the heck he was grabbing. I would imagine he probably does, huh? Looks different. Oh, this is newer style too. Should work. Take this whole one off and see if it fits. I know why I got this. So my Cherokee's got really built axles. It's got 37s. My JL's currently got 37s, but I think probably everybody's gonna figure it out that you've already got 38s. So I'm gonna be going to 38s here soon. I just need a little baby Jeep so your TJ didn't feel bad.
Is that what it is?
And this has got 33s. It'll probably outwheel that piece of crap anyways.
Eric, what are you doing?
Still putting on spark plug wires. Because, yeah.
Ken, honestly, that reminds me of something. I haven't told you that I hated you in a long time. I hope you haven't forgotten.
I thought you were starting to actually like me.
No. That
You've been missing from our videos for so long, I thought maybe you actually hated me and mission was accomplished. By the way, fun fact. Dude, I had a customer come in today. Super cool lady. And she told me she heard about me from MSU. I'm like, that's really cool. She goes, yeah, I heard from 2 different people about you. One said you're an asshole. One said you're amazing. I'm like, they're both right. She started laughing. She goes, now I believe them. So since this thing's been sitting forever, it's about 2 quarts low in oil. What we're gonna do is the oil looks really, really bad. I'm gonna put some of this AMSOIL engine and transmission flush in there. I'm not promoting AMSOIL. I'm not an AMSOIL fanboy. Some of their stuff works really good. I like this stuff. I'm not a dealer. Don't call me for it. I don't really care where you buy it. It's not a sales pitch, but it does work good. I'm gonna throw this whole entire bottle in there. I'm gonna top it off with oil because, like I said, it's about another quart, maybe a quart and a half low. We're not gonna run it for a long duration of time. If it runs good when we finish up this tune-up, which I think Eric's pretty close on, if it runs really good, we're gonna let it get up to temperature and then shut it right down. We'll immediately drain the oil, change the filter, and I'm gonna go grab that real quick. So we're gonna put that flush in there, we're gonna let it run. As soon as it gets warm, we're gonna shut it off, we're gonna drain immediately. I got 2 filters. I got a Mopar and a MicroGuard. Why 2 filters though? Well, this one's really good, this one's an absolute piece of crap. So I'm gonna throw this one on there. We're gonna throw in 6 quarts of the cheapest garbage oil that I can find. And we're gonna let it run for maybe like, I don't know, 100, 150, 200 miles when we're doing all of our test driving and checking stuff out and whatnot. And then we're gonna change oil again. And I'm gonna put in good oil with the Mopar filter. I use Mopar filters in all of our Jeeps. I don't care what it is, we use Mopar filters. But this one's only like, I don't know, $2 because it's probably an absolute piece of garbage. But just for a quick flush, it'll work great.
I see you recruited some help.
Well, yeah, he was just standing there. I'm like, grab some sandpaper. He's like, fine.
Get your ass to work.
She's boss.
You just gotta get most of it off.
Is there
But
anything left?
yeah, a little bit.
Actually, that's about what that needed, huh?
Yeah.
All right, ready? Fire it. So we just got done doing the tune-up, fired it up, still runs virtually actually the same. On the right side, we have an all brand new tune-up, so it's no money wasted, no hard feelings on my end. So what we started doing was while it was running, I held the RPM up a little bit. He started pulling injector connectors to see if it changes. If it changes, you know the injector's working. Might not be perfect, but it's functioning. Injector 4, we unplugged it, 0 change. We didn't change it, check a couple others, we're gonna do that. We're gonna throw a test light on here really quick, make sure we have pulse from the computer. If that's the case, we're gonna order a new injector. So let's check that. so after we got done testing all the fuel injection stuff, we realized we had a major problem. This whole fuel rail was full of contamination. We put all new injectors in it because they were fully contaminated and a lot of rust and corrosion. Put a new fuel pressure regulator in there. Trying to get out of the shadow for you, but new fuel pressure regulator, new injectors, made all the difference in the world. There was a bunch of nasty sludge and stuff in the fuel rail. So now that we got that done, we made a big step in getting this thing running correctly and functioning right. Stay tuned. Next week, we have a lot more to go on this Jeep. A lot. See you folks then.